Hey YouTube, Kiritwig here, bringing you all an update to my Tri-Brigade Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for post-Doom of Dimensions. We got some new cards in the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster pack for the Tri-Brigade deck. For those of you who don't know, this is a deck that focuses on a bunch of Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast monsters that can be special summoned out from the Banish or set up in the Banish zone to then be used for our many different Link summons, getting the new Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser and then the additional spell lineup in the new set. Definitely does help with the overall consistency of the deck. Wanted to go for a pure version of the deck. I know there are some variants that run, some additional Wing Beast monsters like the Lyrilusk. So if you want to see an update with the mixed version later on, I can always look into that as well. But for today, it's as pure of a pure version with just a small little engine run in to help with getting out more Beast Warrior and Wing Beast monsters out on the field. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the main deck monsters. For the Tri-Brigade monsters, we're running 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Fractal. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to send one level 3 or lower Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. And you can banish any number of Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters in your graveyard to special summon one Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast Link monster from your X deck with a Link rating equal to the number of banished. You can also only use Beast, and Beast Warrior monsters as Link material for the rest of this turn. You can only use each effect of Fractal once per turn, but Fractal helps for your overall setup of any of your summons you want to do, just giving you more of that graveyard setup, and then having the additional effects of the other Tri-Brigade monsters that you send to the graveyard to then use in tandem with her own send effect as well. The 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Kit. You can banish any number of Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters in your graveyard. Special summon one Wing Beast monster, or Beast or War Beast Warrior Link monster from your X deck with Link rating equal to the number of banished. Also, you can only use Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast monsters as Link material for the rest of this turn. So while it doesn't lock you out of what you can summon from the extra deck, it only locks you out of what you can use for those summons from the extra deck. And then you can send one Tri-Brigade card from your deck to the graveyard if this card is sent to the graveyard. So if you send Kit off of Fractal, you'll have an additional send to then send off of Kit also, and then being able to have that set up and only use it once per turn. We're also running 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Nerval. You can banish any number of Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters in your graveyard to special summon one Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast Link monster from your extra deck with Link rating equal to the number of banished. Also, you can only use Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast for the rest of this turn. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand, except for Nerval. You can only use each effect of Nerval once per turn, but then you can use the effect of Kit for the added send to then send an additional one, and then having the search power of Nerval to add an additional monster off of this card if it was sent. So then from there, you've set up 3 different Tri-Brigade monsters in the graveyard and then are ready to add an additional monster off of this card also. 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Caress for the option of you can discard one other Beast Warrior, Wing Beast monster to special summon this card from your hand. You can banish any number of Beast Warrior and or Wing Beast monsters from your graveyard to special summon one of the respected Link monsters as well from the X deck with Link ratings equal to the number of banished. And then you can only use Beast Warrior and Wing Beast monsters as Link material for the rest of this turn. It's more or less the discard special summon, so you don't have to take up your normal summon and then just have an additional special summon of Caress, and then being able to set up another Tri-Brigade monster in the graveyard thanks to this card also. And then 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Mercurier. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control the additional special summon option with this card, but it's mostly used for the send option as well, being able to send this card from your hand or face on the field of the graveyard and negate that effect. With this card, being able to then have this card, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Fallen Valvaz or 1 monster that mentions it, except for Tri-Brigade Mercurier. So it's just an additional monster that you run in the deck for a name for our Tri-Brigade cards, with more of the generic options being the 2 copies of Cocatorium, the heavy metal Avion. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can tribute a Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster special on this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And you can banish a level 4 lower Beast or Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast from your deck. This card's name becomes that banished monster, also becomes the same type, attribute, and level as that monster, so having it count as that monster, but then also giving you more setup for your Tri-Brigade cards to then be able to give you those special summons off of some of our other cards like our Trap Tri-Brigade Revolts. And then the additional engine that I run is the Nimble engine, so 2 copies of Nimble Angler, and then the 3 Beaver, having Beaver be a beast monster, and then just being able to special summon an additional one as well. We run the Anglers for the added Sprint engine we run in the extra deck, to then also be able to go into our Sprite engine, since 2 of our Tri-Brigade monsters are level 2, including Kit and Karass. So just having access to those cards in the form of the Nimble engine to then go into the Gigantic engine from the extra deck. And then lastly, for the main deck monsters, just our hand trap lineup, 3 copies of Fuelos and 3 copies of Ash Blossom. What's very useful with the Fuelos is that it's a wing beast monster as well, so it can also help to contribute with the extra deck plays if need be for the banish of those cards, along with our Tri-Brigade cards. For the spells, we're running 3 copies of the new Tri-Brigade Hammer. A quick play spell, you activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of Hammer once per turn. You can add a Tri-Brigade spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except for Hammer, or you can banish any number of Tri-Brigade cards from your graveyard to special summon a Tri-Brigade Link monster from your extra deck with Link rating equal to the number of banish, ignoring its summoning condition. Then you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters. So while this card does lock us into what we can summon from the extra deck, it's just a quick play reaction for those banish of our Tri-Brigade cards, but also having search power for some of the lower numbers for the Tri-Brigade cards we also run in the deck as well. And then 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki, just being a search spell for our go-to card that can start off all our plays, Tri-Brigade Fractal. And then the one-ofs for our spells being the 1 Triple Tactics Talent, the 1 Foolish Burial, and then the 1 Call by the Gate. Foolish Burial basically being able to have the graveyard setup, and then Call by the Grave being able to then just stop any hand traps of our opponent trying to stop cards like Ash Blossom to use against our graveyard setup also. For the traps, 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Revolt. You special summon a number of your Beast, Beast Warrior, and or Wing Beast monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard, but negate their effects. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Link summon 1 Tri-Brigade Link monster using only those monsters. You're going to use 1 Tri-Brigade Revolt per turn, but it's a trap option to summon out our many different Tri-Brigade Link monsters, and they can also just then reset them up in the graveyard for us to then use again for the banish play. Also, 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Oath. You target 1 Link monster you control. Special 1 Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster with a different type from your hand or graveyard. If you control at least 1 of each Beast, Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a face-up spell or trap your opponent controls, and negate its effects until the end of this turn. So, just another good, useful trap that can once again be searched off of our new spell, the Tri-Brigade Hammer, and then just the additional negate effects of a face-up card our opponent may have also. And then the rest of the main deck cards just being 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence to use alongside our other hand traps that we run in the deck. Also, too many different attributes to be able to use the Dominance engine, so we're just sticking to the Infinite Impermanence lineup for the rest of the hand traps in the deck. For the extra, I can only have 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser. If you want to run a second copy, you can just drop one of the generic options that I'm running in the later part of the extra for a second copy. If it's Link Summon, you can send 2 Tri-Brigade cards with different card names from your deck and or extract to the graveyard, except for Arms Mauser. Also, you cannot special them from the extract for the rest of this turn, except Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense. You can only use each effect of Arms Mauser once per turn, but once again, just interruption if it's sent to the graveyard, on top of being able to have more setup to then go into your bigger Link plays using Arms Mauser to do so. The 2 copies of Farigit the Barren Blossom for the special summon power that this card provides, and then being able to have the card, if it's sent to the graveyard, to draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So draw power to just go through the deck and get more additional cards using this card as well. The 2 copies of Bearbrum, the Rampant Ravager. So also, don't forget, you have the send option with Arms Mauser. If you send your Farigit off of this card, you'll get a draw from there. You have your 2 copies of Rampant Rampager. You can discard 2 cards and target 2 of your banished level 4 lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters. Special summon it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Tri-Brigade spell trap from your deck to your hand. Then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, and then being locked out with special summon again. But still, more send options for these engines that we can send off of Arms Mauser. The 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Rugal, the Silver Sheller, for a Link 3 option to go into in the deck, with our bigger links being the Ominous Omen, Shirag, and then the 1 Tri-Brigade's Arms, Bucephalus II, having these bigger Link monsters as well, with the use of our Tri-Brigade cards, and then using the Ominous Omen, if this card having the search power, if it's sent to the graveyard, and if it's special summoned, and with this card, your setup, if another Beast Warrior is special summon, you can banish a card on the field. So banish option when you use your trap, Tri-Brigade Revolt, to then be able to use that search with this card also. And then more of the generic option being the 1 Almirage, the 1 Sprite Sprint, the 1 Donner Dagger for hire, the 1 Nightmare Cerberus, and the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, which Cerberus and Phoenix can be dropped down in addition to the more copies of Mauser you want to run in the deck. Also, with our only Xyz monster being the Gigantic Sprite, to be able to use our Nimble Engine, having the Nimble Beaver summon, and then being able to detach the material to summon out one of our Tri-Brigade level 2 monsters as well, to then use for our link play. And then as for some of the go-to plays in the deck, as mentioned before, Fractal is still a very important part of the deck with its setup, being able to send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, to then send 1 level 3 or lower Beast Warrior Wing Beast from your deck to the graveyard. So then you can send your Kit, and then Kit can send Nerval. That sets up the 3 in the graveyard as well. Then being able to add a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand, you can use Nerval to then add your Karas to your hand as well with this card for the option of this card, and then being able to banish any number of wing beasts for the special summon with the monster as well for the link play, using the additional monsters as well. But then giving the additional monster you have, you can then go into that link play as well with this card on the field to then be able to use for the extra deck play, also being able to banish any number of them. So you need that 1 additional monster on the field to then go for your link play. You can use the 2 to then summon out your Arms Mauser. When Arms Mauser's link summon, you can send 2 Tri-Brigade cards with different names from your deck and or extra to the graveyard. So you can send Farragut and then your Baron Blossom, which will give you the draw and the additional search of one of your Tri-Brigade spell or traps as well. Then you have to place cards from your hand on the top of the deck also, but you still have plenty of hand to use since we've only used the 1 Fractal as our opening play. And then you have more of the engine to then be able to banish that you sent off of Arms Mauser as well for this play. And then the added play if it's sent to the graveyard, so you can then continue your link plays using all of these monsters as well if you wish to then go into your higher and higher link plays. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. Wanted to update this deck, just had to gather a good amount of it. We had some awesome reprints for it in the OTS 29 booster pack, but still a very fun, heavy focused link deck for sure. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.